Okay, so let's talk about specifics and coding. How do we create a database on our backend that we can store data in? For example, if we want to make user accounts or we want to store information about a user, or like a user wants to make a to-do list and you want them to be able to save their list so that you can see it from another device or after you log out of your device. For all of those things, we need a backend database that's persistent. So data stays there even though you may shut down your device, your particular device, or log out. Okay, now here's the interesting thing. So there's a lot of different solutions. There's a lot of different ways you can make a backend database. A lot of places you can store it, a lot of services that provide a backend database. But here was my challenge. So when I was looking through those solutions, trying to find one that's free. First of all, that was one of my main concerns. I don't want people to have to pay for stuff. So it's got to be free and it's got to be fairly easy to use. So I think I found a solution. There are some limitations with this. I'll explain them later, but for now, this one will be, I think, sufficient for what we want to do. If you were going to take your app, if you made an app and you were going to take it to production, so you're going to get it in a form where you could actually sell it and market it, then we'd have to look at some other options. But I think for now, for us, at least for what we're doing currently, this should be fairly sufficient. Okay, so it's called Back4App. Back4 app.com. BACK4app.com. So this is a free service. You may have heard of other ones that are uh, either free but too complex to use. Google has a solution called Firebase, which is fairly complex. It's really hard to get if you're kind of just an amateur as we are. It's hard to get that to work with what we're doing. There are other ones like Amazon Web Services. They provide services as well, but theirs is a paid service. So, we'd have to pay for that. So this is a pretty good compromise, back4app.com. Okay, so the first thing to do is to sign in. Now, we all have Google accounts, so we can just sign in using our Google account. So I'm going to sign in with my school account. I just click on that, and I don't have to bother registering. It just takes me in. Okay, so when you sign in, you get to a dashboard that looks like this. Now, I already have a couple of things that I've been playing around with, so yours might be blank. But what you want to do is you want to create a new app. You want to click on this plus sign right here. Okay, that's going to create a new app, and you're going to name it. Okay, so let's say it's my Expo Snack app. Okay, and you can just leave this other choice as it is, and just click on create. Okay, and it'll just start setting things up for you, as you can see here, and then you're pretty much good to go. So what it's done is it's taken me to the dashboard of my app. Now, if you look on the left side here, there's a lot of stuff here, a lot of stuff that we're not going to be too concerned with at this point. Okay, let me just show you a couple of things. If you scroll down to app settings right here, okay, so if I click on app settings and then I click on this option here, security and keys. Okay, you see there's a bunch of stuff here. There's all these kind of weird codes and things. Now, this is something that we're going to need when we make our app on Expo Snack. In order for the app to verify itself and to get administrative access to our database, we're going to need to put in some of this information here. So right now, you don't need to worry about doing anything with this information, but remember that it's here. And remember how to find it. It's under App Settings and Security and Keys. We're going to eventually need to come back and get this information to put it in our Expo app. Okay, but other than that, we are pretty much good to go as far as our database is concerned. So you can, if you want to, you can kind of click through some of these things here and you can see what's available. This is, professional level tool. So a lot of the features and things we're not going to make use of at our level. But, if you did want to, explore this, if this was something that kind of caught your interest, there's a lot of information here. Okay, but this is Back4App. So this is where we're going to make our database. So if you want to store user accounts or you want to store user data that persists so that you can access it from any device, and it doesn't matter whether you've signed out previously or you want to come in again. this is where you'll store that stuff. So the backend database. Okay, so once you've set this up, then you're ready to start coding the app itself.